All right, in this video, we're going to review several different tailgate pad options for carrying one bike on the back of your pickup truck. As you can see here in this first option, we have a full-size tailgate pad. There's some pros and cons. Obviously, the cons being that it blocks the entire tailgate, so you lose some of the functionality. In fact, they have a little invention here with this little flap, so you can peel it up and access the handle and the camera. But the difficult part, of course, is this Velcro. It's kind of difficult to lift up and open it up and access it, right? So if you're carrying multiple bikes, great system. One other thing I'll point out is the padding on this is really thin. If I had to, I probably wouldn't use this option because of how thin it is. So from a side view, you could see that it's really, really thin stuff, maybe like a 1/4 inch. So if you're going down a bumpy road, chances are it's possible to dent your truck, right? Because that hurts my knuckles, right? There's not much padding there. So that's one option, right? It's kind of a pain, but it does the job. After this option, you have the 2-bike tailgate pad system, right? So you have the Fox 2-bike tailgate pad. EVOC also makes one too. Pretty cool. It will definitely carry one bike, but if you're going to carry one bike successfully, you have to utilize this flap to avoid what? Hitting the paint on the tailgate, right? So now this simple design becomes complicated and inelegant. This extra flap definitely makes the truck look a little bit silly. It also dictates the direction that the bike tire has to go in order for it to stabilize itself on the tailgate. So that's, I guess, a step up from the 2-bike pad from EVOC, but a nice innovation from Fox. This one comes from EVOC. The system is pretty straightforward, designed to carry 2 bikes. The pros are it's pretty minimalistic, right? But the challenge would be if you're carrying 2 bikes, obviously one bike would live here, just like this, and then the second bike would have to be off to the side. So just as an example, if we were to pretend there's 2 bikes now and I move this bike over on the second part of the pad, what happens is that there's not enough real estate to cover and prevent the bike tire from hitting the paint of the tailgate. Can you guys see this? Like, take a look here. If I'm on a bumpy trail, this is going to be marking up the entire tailgate. Also, because of the width, it's difficult to get clearance for the handle and the camera. So this dual pad is actually, you know, bigger and less functional than you might think. So it's worth taking a look at the reality of what this pad represents, even though they say it's a dual bike pad. Then you have a knockoff single bike tailgate pad. You'll find a lot of these on the internet. This isn't patented. This is a knockoff. You'll see that it doesn't feature a fork strap, so the bike fork can go anywhere and possibly damage the paint on your tailgate. Lastly, you have the BomberStrap, which features a down tube strap as well as a fork strap. The rotation control strap will stabilize the bike tire so it stays parallel to the tailgate. It's the simplest design for keeping the full functionality of your tailgate open and intact. All right, so if you are in the market for a single bike pad option for carrying just one bike, or maybe you want to carry 2 bikes and use 2 pads, we have an option. It's called the BomberStrap. The way it works is that it has a down tube strap, which secures the down tube of the bike, a fork strap, which keeps the fork over the pad, so it will never escape the protection of the pad. And lastly, it also features a patented rotation control strap, which, by the way, will hold your bike tire parallel to the tailgate. So when you take a look at this dual tailgate pad and how much surface area it covers, you don't need this for 1 or 2 bikes. You could just use a simple BomberStrap. Now look how nice the tailgate looks. I have full access to the handle, I have the backup camera, and then this comes in different colors. So if you want, you know, a desert camo, dark camo, you want black, we have olive drab, you can get any different cool color option that matches your truck or your bike.